Hey, what's good, everyone? This is At918 The Clutch, and in this video, I want to talk about, instead of a specific player, I want to talk about a team overall that has really caught my eye, a team that has been able to step up in the face of adversity, a team that has been able to just keep thriving and be able to stay afloat in the Eastern Conference, to be considered one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference, despite that a lot of people didn't really take them too seriously for many years, and that team is none other than the Magic. Now, originally when the season started, I mean, their star player, Paolo Banchero, he was out with injury. The injury was supposed to be for 4 to 6 weeks, but it's been a little over 7 weeks now at the time of recording, and Paolo Banchero still hasn't been able to do contact drills yet, according to his coach, and it's a huge sign of concern. And most teams in these situations will probably crumble, be like, oh no, what do we do? We just lost our star player. How do we go about this? We're done for. Well, that wasn't the case for them, because Franz Wagner, the number 2 option, he has stepped up big time, improved on his scoring all around. He was averaging in his mid 20 points per game, and sometimes he'll have like 30 point per games stretches. He'll do really, really good, like being able to just get a lot of rebounds, facilitate, do everything that Paolo Banchero did for this team, and he was stepping up big time. A lot of people were considering him to be an all-star this season. A lot of people consider Franz Wagner to be the favorite for the most improved player. There was a lot of good things happening for Franz Wagner until he himself got injured, and now he's out for a relatively extended period of time. And despite all this, like, they were still able to keep on going, still winning games, still hustling, and just having their veteran leadership on the defensive end, doing all these amazing things. And now Franz's brother, Mo Wagner, now he's out with a torn ACL injury, and it has just been like one after another injury. Like, so many star and or key players are out. But this team has been able to be really good, though, with the help of their coach, Jamal Mosley, who's a young coach who's able to focus so much on their defensive presence, and the veteran leadership of Jalen Suggs, who I have nothing but respect for. He brings so much passion to the court. He plays with so much energy, so much effort, and like, he rallies the troops to be able to facilitate for them, being able to help them out on the defensive end, because that's what Jalen Suggs, that's his specialty, and he fits perfectly in Jamal Mosley's system. And I just love that, how Jalen Suggs, he's able to step up big time, because at the beginning of his career, a lot of people were writing him off. People were saying he wasn't that good of a player, he's a bust, or everybody needs to focus on Franz, because they both happen to be in the same draft class. Jalen Suggs was the 5th pick, whereas Franz Wagner was the 8th pick back in 2021, if I recall correctly. And Franz Wagner took off immediately, whereas Jalen Suggs, it took some time to develop. But once Jalen Suggs was able to get used to Jamal Mosley's system, and like, he gave him a specific role he needed, Jalen Suggs has been nothing but thriving, and he's able to rally the troops and help them out big time, especially during this time of adversity, while they're still waiting for Paolo, and in this case Franz Wagner, to come back from injury. Because like I mentioned, Mo Wagner, he's out for the season. And Jalen Suggs, he's been just overall amazing, as he's averaging, at the time of recording, he's averaging 16 points per game, 4.2 rebounds, 3.9 assists, and impressive 1.5 steals, 1 block a game as a guard. That's very impressive, to be able to just swat shots away, because most guards are a lot smaller compared to the big men. And when somebody's going for a dunk or for a layup, Jalen Suggs, he's able to swoop in, swat that thing out, and, just like, it's just very impressive overall. Well, and he's averaging 40.5% from the field, while shooting 31% from 3-point range, and having 2.9 turnovers. And he could improve on his shooting efficiency overall, but like, that's just him having, in my opinion, a bigger role, and him taking a lot more responsibility for this Orlando Magic team, especially with with their star players being out with injury, especially for extended periods of time, respectively, for them. And it's not just Jalen Suggs that I'm impressed with, that with his overall resurgence in his career, and him like being able to be a locker room and a veteran defensive leader for this Orlando Magic team. But also there is a Goga, their center. He has stepped up big time. He has a huge chip on his shoulder. A lot of people remember, like, during the year he got drafted, everybody was focused on Zion Williamson, all the media people, and then Goga just looked at just like that, just like, hey, what about me? As they were both sitting next to each other on their respective tables in the press conference, and him getting drafted by the Indiana Pacers, him getting picked up by the Indiana Pacers and they eventually cut him, and then Orlando picked him up, and then now like go between the Zion Williamson situation, between getting cut by Indiana, now he's thriving big time in Orlando, and he's like giving all this effort, playing so extra hard, being a pest, being able to annoy so many like opposing teams with his aggression, and him like just fouling people or like going for aggressive blocks and things like that, like just being a major, dirty, pesty player, on the defensive end, which is something the Orlando Magic need. They need that tough guy. They need that bully on the paint, and he's fired up. He's motivated. He wants to like just stick it to them, stick it to the media, stick it to the Indiana Pacers. I see that in him. Like he just has that fire, that drive to want to prove everyone wrong. Which is why the Magic have been using him a lot. Why his role has been stepping up big time. And another player who the Magic have that a lot of people don't pay attention to is Cole Anthony. Now remember, around the time he was in college, a lot of people were projecting him to be the #1 pick over people like, let's say, James Wiseman, Anthony Edwards, LaMelo Ball. A lot of people were talking about Cole Anthony. He was in that conversation, but then he fell to, I believe, 15th to the Orlando Magic. And Cole Anthony has just been a major spark plug. He brings so much energy. He's like running up and down the court, like just like with so much like passion. He's like, he has like, you can tell like a lot of people gravitate towards Cole Anthony's energy. A lot of people look at him like, oh, we need to match what he has. So a lot of people go for steals. A lot of people will just be hustling. They'll be all up like this, and so many things like that. It's like just, he brings that like that youth, that like drive, and just that I'm the best, I'm him, look at me. I've seen him at games where he just has that attitude, and a lot of people feed off of that positive energy. And just recently, Cole Anthony off the bench scored 35 points against the Miami Heat and helped the Orlando Magic lead a major comeback against the Heat when the Heat were dominating for most of the game. The Magic are capable of having all these things. They're able to step up big time with all their respective players. Jalen Suggs, with Goga, with Cole Anthony, and the list goes on. And Tristan da Silva, he's also contributing a lot as a rookie, helping out the Magic immediately during this tough stretch. Like, the Magic have all these pieces around them. So I would not be surprised if they're going to make some major noise in the playoffs, especially when Paolo and Franz come back and they're 100% healthy and they're able to contribute to what they're normally able to do. Because now you got their top stars doing their thing in Paolo and Franz, and now you got their bench players, Cole Anthony, Ngoga, and then you got their established point guard, Jalen Suggs, all of them being confident now because they've stepped up big time to be able to just damage you in so many ways, whether defensively or through offensively, with Paolo's just natural scoring prowess. So overall, I'm just very impressed with the Orlando Magic overall. But let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think, Magic fans? You guys like this team? You guys think they're going to make the playoffs in an effective way to be able to have like lots of noise, or you think there's just a flash in the pan, things will just die out eventually, or they're not going to be the same? Love to hear you guys out in the comment section down below. And while you're at it, please like and subscribe to this channel. I certainly love and appreciate every single last one of y'all. Thank you all so much. God bless, and talk soon.